All right, friends. I get all kinds of questions and comments through LinkedIn and through this video and through email. And sometimes I don't always make a video from a suggestion, but when I get it 3 or 4 times, I rethink it and say, hey, maybe I've got an opinion that is of some value to the audience. So that's today's topic. Falls into that category. It's how to ask for a raise. As a plant manager, it was rare that a week went by that I didn't have somebody that was in a situation that where they felt that they needed a raise. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. The short answer of how you do that, how you get a raise and negotiate one, is it's directly related to the amount of pre-work you do for that discussion. This is Joe Kuhn of Lean-Driven Reliability, bridging the gap between best practices that you should be doing and the reality that you live in at your plant every day. On Monday when you come in after a weekend of these great ideas. So first thing, a losing plan. Look up similar roles on a website like Indeed, and and walk into your boss's office and say, hey, there's a job out there for $150,000 and I'm making 60, whatever it is. Folks, it's going to be very, very rare that the exact job qualifications and experience that are needed for that job and the scope of that job is going to be the same as your job is right now. That's just going to be very, very rare. It's easy to put yourself in the boss's position to say, hey, that doesn't make any sense, and you can argue that. Now, you may have a great boss that will take up your case and gather the facts for you when you express concern about this, do all the homework. But they're busy people, folks. They're busy people, and this is going to be on the back burner for them, even a good boss, okay? So that's a losing plan, okay? And I got 3 winning plans here for you. Number 1, getting the power. Hey, folks, go on a job interview. Worst case, you're going to gain some insights about another plant, see what another plant looks like, what's the philosophy there, get their corporate philosophy on maintenance and reliability or whatever the topic or your specialty is. Now, don't bluff if you don't want to leave. Do not bluff. Tell the boss, hey, you were given this offer. You weren't really looking. This fell in your lap. There's headhunters that contact people all the time through LinkedIn, through whatever means there are. It's hard not to get sucked into going on a job interview sometimes. A lot of people there's a lot of good jobs out there. Tell them that you're not planning to leave, but this is making it difficult. You're really trying to communicate your worth to them. It's going to force the leader to get creative. I'm telling you, you'd be amazed at how creative a leader is going to be if a top talent comes in with a job offer from somebody else. They'll get real creative in about 24 hours. They'll redesign your job. They'll get you a level promotion, something. You may have just been, slipped through the cracks because everything's going so well in your area. But this is a tool you cannot use every year. You cannot use it, multiple times on the same boss. This is something in my, rule of thumb would say don't use more than once every 5 years. You don't want to come across as a mercenary and not a team player, okay? So that's winning plan number 1. Get a job offer from somebody else. See what the competition's like. I don't think that's not being a team player, by the way. If you don't do it, if you do it every 6 months, it's not being a team player. Winning plan number 2. I'll call this one underpaying accidentally. Go into your boss and ask for them to give your ranking in your salary band. Everybody has a job band or job structure that they're in. Where am I at in that? Ask for the percentile. Am I in the 98th percentile in pay or am I in the 8th percentile in pay? They should be able to tell you that. If they can't tell you that, they may be able to tell you if you're in the top 10% or the bottom 10%. Good information to have. Ask them to compare your value, experience, and results with those that are in the top 10%. And you're going to do that by providing them a resume. You're going to do the work. Provide them a resume that lets them know your key skills and your results succinctly. Okay, make sure you're going to hand them a resume and review it in this meeting. Make sure you got numbers on there. dollar values that you contributed, increased sales, increased, cost avoidance, whatever whatever the results are in your particular field. Use numbers, list skills, and list lessons learned. Keep it to one page, folks. Keep it to one page. You're really giving cliff notes to your boss. Okay. So it's kind of a little passive aggressive, hey, I've got a resume, and they got a resume here. Maybe they're thinking about looking elsewhere. So it puts a little urgency to this. But again, don't threaten to leave. You're doing the homework for the boss. Then ask your boss during this meeting, what would it take for me to be in the 99th percentile of pay for this job range? And what differs from what you're saying to what's on my resume? Okay? Force that discussion. Talk about facts, not generalities. This will help them, fairly assess you and make it easy. What happens after this meeting that you have with your boss about raise is they're going to decide to fight the battle or not fight the battle. If they do choose to fight the battle with HR and maybe some peers and presidents and vice presidents up the chain, you did their homework for them. It's right there on a piece of paper. Make it easy for them. People are busy, folks. Make it easy for them. You do the homework. That's winning plan number two. Underpaying accidentally. You're pointing out a gap that they just, missed, and you're pointing it out to them in a very simple and professional way. Number three, winning plan number three, solve a problem for the boss. By structuring a bigger job, ask for more responsibility, ask to have people to report to you. If there's 2 or 3 job openings in your department, how can you restructure with the existing number of people to absorb that position? And nets you with some more responsibility. One of the big ways you can, get increased pay is have people reporting to you. That's an automatic. If you're an individual contributor, even if you just get 2, high-performing individuals that work for you, it automatically bumps you up in the HR handbook on salary structure. So getting a couple people working for you is a good idea. And then also, how do you restructure? Solve a problem for the boss, okay? So those are 3 winning ways to negotiate higher salary. Hey folks, begin your reliability and maintenance journey. This stuff isn't that hard. If I can give you some assistance, reach out to me. You got my email, the link below. Give me a comment back on LinkedIn or on YouTube, and I'll reply. I reply to 100% of the comments that come back to me. Joe out.